Have you ever noticed how the loudest person in the room usually has the least control? While the calmest person seems impossible to shake, that's no accident. It's a skill that the Stoics mastered thousands of years ago. Every confrontation is a test, not of your strength, but of your mind. And the person who controls their emotions controls the outcome. Today, you'll discover the Stoic secret that allows ordinary people to stay calm, even when someone is yelling in their face, insulting them, or trying to provoke them. Because once you understand this principle, you'll never look at conflict the same way again. Rule 1, realize that their anger is not yours. The moment someone raises their voice, insults you, or tries to make you feel small, your mind instantly wants to fight back. Your heart starts beating faster. Your muscles tighten, and before you even realize it, you're preparing for battle. This is exactly where most people lose. Not because the other person is stronger, but because they unknowingly hand over control of their emotions. Marcus Aurelius understood something that most people never learn. Another person's behavior belongs to them. Your response belongs to you. The moment you confuse the two, you've already surrendered your peace. Think about the last argument you witnessed. Maybe at work, maybe at home, maybe in a grocery store. One person exploded, then another person exploded even louder. Within seconds, nobody remembered what started the disagreement. All anyone remembered was the chaos. This happens every single day because people react instead of choosing. Stoicism teaches that your greatest power exists in the small space between what happens to you and how you respond. That tiny pause changes everything. Imagine someone cuts you off in traffic. They roll down the window and begin shouting. If you answer with the same energy, you've allowed a stranger to dictate your emotions. Now your entire day is poisoned by a person you'll probably never meet again. But if you remain calm, you've protected something far more valuable than your pride. You've protected your peace. This doesn't mean becoming weak or allowing people to disrespect you. Calmness is not surrender. Calmness is control. A firefighter doesn't panic because the building is on fire. A surgeon doesn't scream because an operation becomes difficult. Their calmness is what allows them to solve the problem. Your life works the same way. Confrontation is simply another fire, and your composure is the tool that puts it out. People often believe they must immediately defend every insult, every accusation, every misunderstanding. But many battles disappear the moment you refuse to feed them. Toxic people survive on emotional reactions. They expect anger, they expect shouting, they expect revenge. When you give them silence and confidence instead, they suddenly lose their advantage. You've changed the game without saying much at all. Every confrontation is an opportunity to practice emotional discipline. Not because the other person deserves your patience, but because you deserve your own peace. Remember this: whenever emotions begin to rise, another person's anger can knock on your door, but only you decide whether to invite it inside. Rule 2, pause before your emotions take control. There is one moment during every confrontation that determines everything that follows. It's the brief instant between hearing something offensive and deciding what to do next. Most people never notice it because their emotions move faster than their awareness. Someone insults them, and within seconds, the words are flying back. Voices get louder, faces become tense, relationships become damaged. Then later, everyone wishes they had handled it differently. Stoics trained themselves to live inside that tiny pause, because they knew that every wise decision begins with a calm mind. When Epictetus taught that people are disturbed not by events but by their judgments about those events, he was revealing one of the greatest psychological truths ever discovered. What hurts you first is not always what someone said. It's the story your mind immediately creates. Maybe they don't respect me. Maybe everyone is watching. Maybe I look weak. These thoughts arrive so quickly that they feel like reality. But they are only interpretations, and interpretations can be changed. Imagine a coworker publicly criticizes your work during a meeting. Your first instinct might be embarrassment followed by anger. But instead of reacting immediately, you take one slow breath. You let the silence exist for a few seconds. Suddenly your brain has enough space to think instead of simply defending itself. Now you can ask questions instead of making accusations. Now you can separate useful criticism from personal attacks. Now you've become the only emotionally stable person in the room, and people notice that. Calmness commands respect because it demonstrates confidence that doesn't depend on winning every argument. This habit becomes even more powerful inside your family. Friendships and romantic relationships. Many painful words are spoken simply because nobody paused long enough to think. One sentence spoken in anger can leave scars that last for years. Yet one deep breath can prevent that sentence from ever being spoken. That's the hidden strength Stoicism develops. Not the ability to defeat others, but the ability to defeat your own impulses. Eventually, people begin to realize something about you. You're difficult to manipulate, impossible to provoke, and incredibly hard to intimidate, not because you're aggressive, but because your emotions no longer belong to everyone else, they belong to you. And that's the kind of strength no confrontation can ever take away. Rule 3, stop trying to win every argument. Start protecting your peace. One of the biggest traps in any confrontation is believing that you have to prove you're right. Most people walk into disagreements with one goal: to win. They gather evidence, raise their voices, interrupt, defend every point, and refuse to let the other person have the last word. But when the argument finally ends, nobody truly wins. Both people walk away emotionally exhausted, carrying stress that follows them for the rest of the day. The Stoics saw this pattern long before modern psychology ever explained it. They understood that your peace of mind is worth far more than your ego. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself that people act according to what they believe is right, even when they're completely mistaken. Once you understand this, you stop expecting everyone to think like you, and that realization changes everything. Imagine you're having a heated disagreement with a friend, a coworker, or even a family member. You've explained your point clearly several times, yet they refuse to listen. Your emotions begin telling you to push harder, to speak louder, to force them to understand. But ask yourself one question. Has raising your voice ever truly changed someone's heart? Most of the time, it only makes them defend their position even more. People rarely change because they're pressured. They change when they feel understood. Sometimes the strongest move is simply saying, "I understand your perspective, even if I don't agree," then letting the conversation end. That isn't weakness, it's emotional maturity. It takes far more strength to walk away from a pointless argument than to keep feeding it. Remember, not every opinion deserves your energy. Not every criticism deserves your response. And not every misunderstanding needs to be corrected. There will always be people determined to misunderstand you because it supports the story they've already created in their minds. Trying to convince them otherwise is like trying to stop the wind with your hands. Instead, invest your energy where it actually creates value. Your character, your actions, and your consistency will always speak louder than endless explanations over time. People begin trusting the person who remains calm under pressure far more than the person who always has the perfect comeback. The quiet confidence you develop becomes your greatest defense, because real strength doesn't need constant validation. It simply exists. Every confrontation offers you two choices: satisfy your ego for a few minutes, or protect your inner peace for a lifetime. Stoicism reminds us that only one of those choices continues serving you long after the conversation has ended. Rule 4, respond with purpose, never with revenge. When someone hurts you, disrespects you, or deliberately tries to provoke you, your first instinct is often to make them feel the same pain they've caused you. That's human nature. But Stoicism asks a much harder question. What kind of person do you become when you allow someone else's behavior to control yours? Revenge feels powerful in the moment, but it quietly hands your freedom to the very person who offended you. Because now your thoughts revolve around them instead of your own life. Think about how many people lose sleep replaying arguments in their minds, imagining better comebacks, wishing they had said something sharper. Days pass, sometimes weeks, yet they're still emotionally trapped inside a conversation that's already over. The other person may have completely forgotten about it, while they're still carrying the weight. That's not justice, that's self-inflicted suffering. The Stoics believed that your greatest revenge is becoming someone who cannot be emotionally controlled. Imagine someone insults your character in front of others. Instead of reacting immediately, you remain composed. You answer calmly. Or perhaps you choose not to answer at all at first. People may think you've stayed quiet because you're weak. But as the situation unfolds, something unexpected happens. The person losing control begins exposing themselves. While your calmness earns quiet respect from everyone watching, people naturally trust those who remain steady during chaos. Because emotional stability signals confidence, wisdom, and self-control. This doesn't mean allowing abuse or refusing to set boundaries. Stoicism never teaches passive acceptance of harmful behavior. It teaches that boundaries are strongest when they're enforced without hatred. You can firmly say no, you can walk away. You can end relationships that repeatedly damage your peace. And you can do all of that without carrying bitterness in your heart. Because bitterness keeps you connected to the very thing you're trying to escape. Every confrontation becomes easier when your goal changes. Instead of asking, how do I defeat this person? Ask yourself, how do I remain true to my values in this moment? That single shift transforms conflict into character development. Every difficult conversation becomes another opportunity to practice patience, discipline, wisdom, and emotional mastery. Eventually, you'll notice something remarkable. The people who once enjoyed provoking you slowly stop trying, because manipulation only works when it receives the reaction it's looking for. When your mind becomes calm, clear, and disciplined, you've taken away the only weapon they ever had. And that is the quiet secret that Stoicism has taught for centuries. True victory is never over another person, it's over yourself. Rule 5. Your silence is often more powerful than your words. One of the hardest lessons to learn is that not every confrontation deserves an answer. Modern life teaches us to respond instantly, defend ourselves immediately, and explain every decision we make. But the Stoics understood something that most people spend their entire lives discovering. Silence is not empty, it's controlled power. When someone insults you, spreads rumors, twists your words, or deliberately tries to provoke you, they usually have one objective. They want a reaction. They want proof that they have entered your mind and taken control of your emotions. The moment you react impulsively, you've given them exactly what they wanted. But when you remain calm, something unexpected happens. The conversation changes. People begin paying attention to the person creating chaos instead of the person refusing to join it. Think about the strongest leaders you've ever met. They rarely speak first when emotions are running high. They observe, they listen, they understand the situation before deciding whether words are even necessary. That's because wisdom values timing more than volume. Imagine someone publicly criticizes you during a meeting. Everyone expects you to fire back. Instead, you stay composed. You listen carefully. Then you answer only what actually matters, without sarcasm, without anger, without trying to embarrass anyone. Suddenly, the room feels different. Your confidence becomes louder than any argument could have been. Silence also protects you from saying words you'll regret later. Anger is temporary, but spoken words can remain in someone's memory for years. Many friendships, marriages, and careers have been damaged because someone spoke during the worst 30 seconds of their emotional state. Stoicism teaches you to delay that moment until your mind becomes clear again. This doesn't mean becoming passive or allowing others to disrespect you endlessly. It means choosing your response instead of allowing your emotions to choose for you. There are moments when speaking is necessary, when setting boundaries is essential, and when defending yourself is the right thing to do. But even then, your words should come from clarity instead of rage, because calm words carry far more weight than emotional ones. Over time, people begin noticing something about you. You don't argue to impress anyone. You don't waste energy proving your worth. And you don't chase the last word simply to satisfy your pride. That quiet confidence becomes your reputation. Eventually, those who once tried to provoke you realize their tactics no longer work. Because you've learned that your peace is too valuable to exchange for a few moments of emotional satisfaction. And that's a level of strength that cannot be shaken by insults, criticism, or confrontation. Rule 6, master yourself before trying to master any situation. Every confrontation eventually reveals one truth. The greatest battle has never been with another person. It's always been with yourself, your impatience, your pride, your fear of being misunderstood, your desire to always be right. These are the real opponents standing in your way. The Stoics believed that no amount of external success could compensate for a mind that constantly loses control. Because if your emotions can be manipulated by every rude comment, every disagreement, or every difficult person you meet, then your happiness will always remain in someone else's hands. Real freedom begins the moment you take that power back. Imagine waking up every morning knowing that no stranger, no coworker, no family member, and no critic has the ability to ruin your peace unless you allow them to. That's the kind of confidence Stoicism creates. Not loud confidence that needs attention, but quiet confidence that remains steady no matter what's happening around it. This mindset changes every part of your life. Your relationships become healthier because you're no longer reacting from anger. Your career improves because people trust your judgment under pressure. Your friendships become stronger because others feel safe around your emotional stability. And perhaps most importantly, your own mind finally becomes a place of peace instead of constant conflict. Remember that staying calm isn't something you're born with. It's something you practice every single day. Every difficult conversation becomes another opportunity to strengthen your discipline. Every insult becomes another opportunity to develop patience. Every confrontation becomes another opportunity to prove that your character is stronger than your emotions. Over time, you'll stop fearing conflict because you'll realize the outcome depends less on what other people do and more on how you choose to respond. That's the hidden Stoic secret that has survived for centuries. Strength isn't measured by how loudly you can fight. It's measured by how peacefully you can stand when everyone else is losing control. When you master yourself, you've already won the only battle that truly matters. If this message helped you see confrontation in a new way, remember that every difficult moment is another chance to practice the calm, discipline, and wisdom that the Stoics lived by. The next time someone tries to provoke you, don't ask how you can defeat them. Ask how you can become stronger than the emotion they're trying to create inside you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this message today. And tell us in the comments which Stoic lesson are you going to practice first. Thank you for spending your time with us. And until next time, keep your mind steady, your character strong, and continue your journey with Stoic Spark.